Survivor Series 2018. SmackDown taking on the A Show, or so they call themselves. Feel like SmackDown, they really turned this pay-per-view around. I mean, going into this, I was like, yeah, it's Survivor Series this weekend, you guys know. But there were some significant changes on Tuesday night that really brought this pay-per-view to where it really should be. Now, this is the one night a year where you get bragging rights. I want you guys to drop it in the comment section. Which brand do you think is going to pull out the most wins? At the end of the night, what they do is that they tally it up. They gather up all the wins, all the losses, and for at least a good month or so, they get to say, no, we're the A brand. Last 2 years, or the last couple of years, it has been Raw. Main picture, well, it's not a title match, but we're getting the WWE champion up against the Universal. This was originally AJ Styles. You guys didn't see Tuesday night? Go check it out, man. It was epic. I can't believe this. I still can't. I'm still trying to come to terms that this is the actual match that we're getting. So it's not going to be the repeat from the one from last year, which is pretty exciting. We're also getting another change. Now it's no longer Becky Lynch. It's no longer the SmackDown Women's Champion up against. It's going to be Charlotte going in there against Hot Rod Roddy Ronda and Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Here's the 5-on-5 right here for SmackDown, and here's the 5-on-5, the main 5-on-5. There's also a tag team match, but we'll get into that in just a sec. That being said, you guys, let's get into it, and don't forget to drop your predictions. Strong Style versus Seth freaking Rollins. This is the one match that they should get started right off the get-go. Don't have me waiting no 30, 40 minutes. Make this the first match. He's always been great at it, Seth Rollins. If you want to get the people's attention right away, you put this guy in the very first match, and you'll see, man. You'll get people up off their chairs. Here's the thing. One of two things is going to happen. Either A, Nakamura is going to use those dirty low blows, or B, there's going to be someone involved. Dean Ambrose, he's been involved a little bit too much in Seth Rollins' life. You know, here's the thing. Yeah, it would be costing Raw a loss, which is no good at the end of the night, which in turns would actually affect him in a way, one way or another. It would affect him. Not so much, but I mean, he doesn't care. Like, his goal right now is to make Rollins a life. You know what? We'll get a little bit more into that. Long story short, there's too many things that are stacked up against Seth Rollins to where Shinsuke's going to go in there and pick up the first win for Team SmackDown. The traditional 5-on-5. Constable's not in the match. He will be at ringside. It'll kind of be like the James Ellsworth. You guys remember that a couple years ago? He was there at ringside. It's kind of like what Constable's going to be doing. For Raw, we got Dolph Ziggler, Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, soon to be, hopefully, Universal Champion. Come on, Drew. You got to do it. Braun Strowman, and then for SmackDown, we have The Miz, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, Shane O'Mac, and Samoa Joe. First elimination, I got to give it to awesome. It won't be awesome. Not if you're getting eliminated right off the get-go. I'm going to get it fully in detail with this match because this is the one match that's going to really just represent the A-Show, right? Who is the A-Show? Is it SmackDown? I don't know. We're going to find out after this recap. Actually, we're going to find out come Sunday. Next up, I'm going to have to give it to Shane. Dude, why are you taking out Shane right away, dude? Wasn't he the one that was the last one? He was. He was the last one in last year. And because of that, and because also he's the best in the world, self-proclaimed. Well, no, that's CM Punk, but he won that dang tournament. I think he's going to be one of the earliest ones to be eliminated, and it's going to be a 5-on-3. This is one thing that I've noticed about Survivor Series is that they tend to do this quite a bit. Like, they stack the odds up against one team, and then eventually, well, let me get a little bit further in. Next up, I'm going to have to see, my boy over here, Dolph Ziggler. He'll be the first one eliminated for Team Raw, and then from here, these three, they're going to carry the load. They're going to keep carrying it through, and they're going to eliminate Bobby. Actually, I don't know. I think it's going to be a toss-up as to whether Bobby gets eliminated first or Dolph Ziggler. Drop it in the comment section, you guys. Right here, the 3-on-3. It'll be all evened up. Balor, bro, you've been getting buried. This is only going to add more to it. Sorry, boy. You're gonna be out. And these two right here, the two monsters of Raw, they're going to be remaining up against two of the high flyers and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is kind of like the one that's going to balance things out. Jeff Hardy, he will be taken out, and it'll be eventually be a 2-on-2. I just see these two being like the like out of the team, these are the most solid two guys out of it. Plus, a great mixture of going up against these two monsters. Now, right here, that's it, man. We got a 2-on-2. Who's it gonna be? Drew, sorry, dude. I still don't think. I see when it comes to Braun Strowman, like any year, and whether it's like a over the top, or a Survivor or a elimination match, he always seems to be the last one in. Well, not last year, Triple H. He kind of screwed him over. Go watch it, man. It was terrible. He actually should have won it. Long story short, he'll be in there up against these two, and I see Rey Mysterio. Joe will be taken out, by the way. I see Rey Mysterio doing something where it's going to be David against Goliath. Rey Mysterio, he's going to pull up the surprise win on Braun Strowman. He's done it quite a bit. He's done it all through his career. And that's kind of the way that Rey Mysterio has put himself into the spot as the biggest little guy in WWE history. It'll either be a roll-up pin or he'll get counted out. Rey Mysterio to win the 5-on-5. The Raw Champs versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Before we do get into this, I do want to talk about the 205 Live match. It is going to be in the pre-show. It'll be Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy. I'm still going with my gut instinct. I think the juggernaut of the 205 Live will retain the title. As we are talking about the juggernauts, AOP, that's exactly what they've been over there on Raw. Now the bar right here. Them with Big Show, this is the question you really have to ask yourself. Which manager in this teams have the most influence? Is it Drake Maverick or is it the Big Show? Big Show, he's been costing them, not them. That's one of the reasons why they still have those tag team titles. He's been doing a lot of outside interference. That being said, Drake Maverick, I'm sure he can do some kind of distraction, but when you got that fist, man, when you got that punch, that knockout punch that the Big Show does, gonna have to go with the bar, picking up the win over AOP. The most dangerous woman in this planet. Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte. It was going to be Becky Lynch, but something had happened. Yeah, it's no longer that. I don't know. I still wish it was that. I still wanted to see the man. Come on, man. Why'd you take that away from us? That was the match that I was like, come on, Sunday. It's got to be here. Anyways, long story, look. Charlotte, she's had that book. What book, Hero Fakes? She's had that nature book for years. I mean, all these years. Wrestling is in her blood. But Ronda, she's a beast. At some point in time, we need to get her some kind of manager. We need like a Paul Heyman for her, just to kind of calm her down when she gets out of control. Regardless of all the years of experience that she's had in the ring, I still don't see her going in there and taking out Judo Hip Toss City. I'm never stopping that, by the way, you guys. I love that. Yes, Ronda Rousey for Team Raw for the win. The 10-on-10, and we got to back this up, you guys, because there is a lot to fit into this frame. And the one thing I got to show you guys, look what we got back here. Look at this. We got the colognes. Seriously, you're hurting in the tag team division when you're throwing the colognes in there. By the way, that's the head scan right there that I used to make that custom WHF. Now, right here for Raw, it's going to be either B-Team, go, go, go. Last Team or the Revival. These two right here, Lucha Dragons, I know they're on the come up, and I know they're doing their thing over there at 205 Live, but still, I got to give it to these two. And these guys right here, even to now, I know it's been like 2, I think maybe even 3 months that these two have been a team. I still don't see the chemistry. It just seems like these two were slapped together because they still have yet to figure out what to do with the glory. You're not glorious anymore, man. You're over there in the tag team division, lost as lost can be. Over here for SmackDown, the last remaining teams, still going to give it to my boy Usos. I think Usos are just way too, New Day, yeah, good brothers. Where you guys been? You guys are almost up there with the colognes. So I think it'll be the Usos versus the B team. And the B team, they're going to give us that surprise. They're going to give us that surprise that they're going to show you guys that they were like undefeated for that. Was it 3 months ago? They were undefeated for, enough to say, wow, these guys are actually a decent team. They were going in there and picking up and legit wins to be at that. So I'm going to have to give it to, for sure, B team for the win for Raw. Hero Figs, you're missing a couple. Look, I know Mattel hasn't given us versions of it, and WHF hasn't picked up the brush to make custom versions of it. The ones that we are missing is, of course, Sonya Deville for SmackDown, and for Raw, we got Ruby Riott. But if you're going to ask me as to who I think is going to be the last two remaining superstars, Nia Jax, she's the one that's going to be going, taking on Ronda for the title. I see her being pushed as she is the most powerful. There's no doubt, not just only for this, for Team Raw, but for the overall, like, division, dude. Whether it's SmackDown, yeah, Nia, she'll be the last one. And 2019, you guys smell that? Yeah, I do. I actually see Asuka being pushed back into the title picture. These two have had matches in the past in NXT, on Raw. Asuka is, if I go back, if I really sit down, I feel like Asuka has gotten the upper hand on most of the matches between the two. I think Asuka, she'll go in there and pick up the W for Team SmackDown. Man, it's still weird to me. It's still weird that AJ Styles is not in this match. He's not on the card. Well, at least by the time of the filming in the video, what's today? Wednesday? Yeah, AJ Styles is not on the card. He's been taken out, and he's been replaced by Daniel Bryan. Heel Daniel Bryan. He will do it. Now we know that Bryan is champion. Now we know his style and technique to win matches. And does it work? It does. I mean, whether it's good, whether it's bad, low blows, man, go ask Nakamura. He'll tell you all about it. Daniel Bryan, though, dude, you can pull those on Beastie Boy. Beastie Boy. Brock Lesnar. Well, I like that. I like the sound of that, man. I know we used that before. Who's that? I think it was Braun Strowman that gave him that name. Beastie Boy. Look, those moves, they ain't going to work. I mean, they might keep him down for the 2 count, but, dude, this guy is just 3 times, maybe it's 2 times his size for sure. Maybe even 3 times the size is what Daniel Bryan is doing over here. And who knows, AJ might show up in there and do something, but still, whether there's interference involved, dirty low blows, Brock Lesnar, he's in there for one mission. Give me your thoughts, your predictions again. Would love to hear as to who you think is going to win the overall night. Is it going to be the A show, right? Or is it Raw? No. For me, SmackDown has been the A show. But look, they got some decent contenders over here on Team Raw to where it's going to be pretty leveled, man. Yeah, we're going to have to find out come Sunday. Again, leave it in the comment section. Until next time, everybody.